Hello everyone and welcome back. This is my best friend, Android the Chihuahua, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to make this really cool dog-themed melt and pour soap. Sadly, I don't have a Chihuahua mold, so it is going to be in the theme of Dachshund. This is the bar of soap that I'm going to be showing you guys how to make in this video. As you can see, we have some beautiful Dachshunds. Those I just made with a mold I got on Amazon, and I will leave a link for all of the molds I use this in the description. I also got my Ecoglitter on Amazon. It was an incredible deal, I would say, compared to the soap companies, so I will link everything for you. I ended up putting my Ecoglitter on this for the top a little bit later than I expected. I was going to do it before I put in my Dachshunds, but I kind of forgot. So I sprinkled it on after the fact, and I will say they dusted off of the black Dachshunds okay. Another favorite thing I did to the back of this bar was a beautiful layer of Ecoglitter. Because of how the silicone molds are kind of a little bit sticky, it doesn't come up really, not much at least, that I've noticed when you pour your soap on top. And so what ends up happening is you get this beautiful wall of glitter. And so that's a great way to decorate the back of a bar of soap, in my personal opinion. Before I did anything, I prepared our mold with just a little bit of Ecoglitter on the bottom. For our project today, I'm going to be using exactly 1 pound of melt and pour soap. I'm also going to be using the tall, skinny silicone mold. You can get these from brambleberry.com or Nurture Soap, and they're just about the exact same size. To melt our melt and pour soap, I'm going to be using 1 large plastic pitcher, and that I got from Nurture Soap. I'm also going to be using these really cool little silicone bowls. These are from Michaels. They come in a 2-pack and they're very inexpensive. They're made out of silicone, so they're great for microwaving things. To start our project off, we're going to be needing to make some little black dogs for our silhouettes. I'm going to melt 1.5 ounces of melt and pour soap in the microwave in 15-second bursts. I'm also going to be mixing a little bit of my black mica with some alcohol just to get the color dispersed. Then once my melt and pour soap is completely melted down and ready to go, I'll add in my mica mixture. After everything is really well mixed together, I'll pour it into my mold and let it sit until these are completely firm. We don't really need to wait long to get started on our first layer because it'll take this about as long to set up as it takes our little black doggies. For the bottom layer, I melted 8.5 ounces of our melt and pour soap. I also made a white mica mixture with the alcohol, and I measured out about 1/4 ounce of our fragrance oil. Our fragrance oil today is going to be this Juicy Pear from Nurture Soap. It's one of my favorite fragrances from them. It's so strong and it's so sweet. I highly suggest trying it if you haven't. Once my melt and pour was melted down, we just mixed everything together and poured it straight into our mold. I hit the top with a little bit of alcohol spray just to get rid of any extra bubbles. I wanted to give everything sufficient time to dry, so I waited a few hours and then I came back. The little doggies popped out of the mold super easily, and our big brick looked really ready to go. So I took a knife and scored the top of it. This just helps the next layer bond to the bottom layer really well. I also spritzed it with some alcohol and then wiped that alcohol off with a paper towel. Once again, just a little trick to help your layers stick together a little better. To begin our final layer, I wanted to get all of our colors ready because we're going to be working with 4 colors at once, and I want this part to be as easily and smoothly done as possible. So in 3 of my little silicone containers, I mixed mica and alcohol for the 3 main colors that we'll be using. I also, in a little plastic ounce cup, mixed the white with the alcohol. I put the remaining 6 ounces of melt and pour soap in the big container and melted that down in the microwave. When I pulled it out of the microwave, I added about 1/5 ounce of fragrance oil and I gave it a good stir. Then I let it sit on the counter for about 1 to 2 minutes, just giving it a stir every now and again. I didn't want it to get too thick, but I didn't want it quite as runny as it is when you pull it straight out of the microwave. So once it was starting to thicken up just a little bit, I poured even amounts into the 3 colored containers from the main container, leaving, I want to say, about 2/5 of the batter in the original container. I gave everything a stir and then added that white mica mixture to the original batter, giving me the 4 separate colors in the 4 separate containers. At this point, I was trying to work really quickly because each of our individual colors didn't have very much melt and pour soap in them, and I just knew they would start to set up on us. I poured all of the white batter into our mold. Then I went in with the blue, putting it just in the middle section, kind of in a bit of a drizzly pattern. I then grabbed the yellow color and did it on the right-hand side. I was originally trying to keep all the colors separate, but when I went to put the pink in, I was just too tempted to drizzle it all the way down the bar, so that one did go a little farther than the rest. I sprayed the top with a little more alcohol to get rid of any extra bubbles, and then I went straight in with my little puppy dogs. I really wanted to make sure they got in there before the top set up, and it turned out to be just perfect. It was at that point in time that I forgot I wanted Ecoglitter, so I went ahead and dropped it on the top. After this completely set up, I was able to take it out of the mold and go in for our final cut. This bar looks so beautiful. It's sparkly all over, even the back, which is just absolutely fabulous, and it was super easy and smooth to cut through. This is easily one of the most beautiful bars of soap that I've ever made, and I will definitely be using this technique again in the future.
Well, we really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'd love to see you again, so please hit that like button and subscribe for more fun videos just like this one. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!